A firefighter climbs the ladder to the bedroom of a burning house, and there he finds a curvaceous brunette. "Ah," he says, "you are the third pregnant girl I've rescued this month." "But, I'm not pregnant," she says. "You're not rescued yet," replied the fireman. The fire chief had just gotten married, and on his honeymoon he informed his new wife that their house was going to be run like a firehouse. He said that they would have sex on the bell system. He went on to say that 1 bell meant take your clothes off, 2 bells meant get into bed, and 3 bells meant start fooling around. The fire chief came home from work one day and decided to try out his system. He hollered, 1 bell, and she took off her clothes. He hollered, 2 bells, and she got into bed. He hollered, 3 bells, and they started fooling around like crazy. A few minutes later, she yells, 4 bells. 4 bells? The fire chief asks, "What is 4 bells?" "Let out more hose," she yelled. "You're nowhere near the fire." A firefighter died and went to hell, where he finds a wall of clocks. After seeing all these clocks on a wall, with his friends' names under them, he asked the devil, "What the clocks mean?" "That's easy. Each time one of your friends mess up on Earth, their clock speeds up 1 hour, says the devil. "I don't see the chief's clock anywhere," the fireman says. The devil replied, "Oh we have his down in the basement, we were using it for a fan." It was a few days after Christmas. This little boy who got a fire engine for Christmas was playing while his mom was listening from the kitchen. He was acting like the old captain rolling up on a structure fire. "All right guys, get your sheet together and put that fucking fire out now." Hearing this language upset his mother, who came running into the room and sent him to the bedroom for 2 hours. 2 hours later he came out of his room and resumed play with his mom, listening cautiously from the kitchen. "All right guys, let's mop it up." Then he turned to the imaginary owner of the house and said, "If you want to complain about the fucking 2-hour delay, talk to the bitch in the kitchen." A fireman is at the station house working outside on the fire truck when he notices a little boy next door. The little boy is in a little red wagon with little ladders hung off the side. He is wearing a fireman's hat and has the wagon tied to a dog. The fireman says, "Hey little boy, what are you doing?" The little boy says, "I'm pretending to be a fireman and this is my fire truck." The fireman walks over to take a closer look. "Little boy, that sure is a nice fire truck." The fireman says, "Thanks mister," says the little boy. The fireman looks a little closer and notices the little boy has tied the dog to the wagon by its testicles. "Little boy," says the fireman, "I don't want to tell you how to run your fire truck, but if you were to tie that rope around the dog's neck, I think you could go faster." The little boy says, "You're probably right mister, but then I wouldn't have a siren." A fire chief died and went to heaven. When he got there he saw a long line waiting to get into the pearly gates. He told himself, "I am a fire chief, I'm not going to wait in line." He went to the angels guarding the gates and said, "Let me in, I'm a fire chief." The angels replied, "You will have to wait in line like everyone else, sir." While waiting at the back of the line he saw a sedan pull up with red lights and a man got out wearing a white helmet that said, "Chief." The angels popped to attention and let the chief enter heaven. The waiting fire chief was really upset now and went to talk to the angels. He asked, "Why did you let that fire chief go through and not me?" To which the angels replied, "You have it all wrong, sir. That's God, he just thinks he's a fire chief." A fireman and policeman died and both went to heaven, where they were issued their wings with the warning that if they had even one bad thought their wings would fall off. Well, everything went well for some time. Then one day they passed a very attractive and well put together young lady. As the fireman turned to watch her pass, his wings fell off. When he bent over to pick them up, the policeman's wings fell off.